and ancient iguanas the size of a man. A tepid wind off the sea combed his hair, the air salty, drying his lips, his skin having turned leathery from his daily work at the Valiant wreck site. Dig Director Fitz Hansen seemed to believe the entire island and its hidden treasures belonged to him. If he knew what Casper did on his days off, he might fire him on the spot, send him packing back to snow-encrusted northern Minnesota, where, according to his mother, winter had turned bitter and angry, plunging them into sub-zero suffering. Casper supposed he should feel guilty. In fact, yes, he did. But not because he was enjoying his days in the cerulean blue ocean, his nights watching the moonlight trace a milky finger over the waves. No, his guilt sank into his bones, had claws. In the quiet of the night, the memory of his fury could shake him awake, fill his throat with regret. He'd caused a rift in his family that he didn't know how, or even want, sometimes to fix. A white-faced monkey squealed at him from a gnarled banana tree before scampering away. Casper steered the motorboat into the quay, where he'd first located the trail of set stones leading to shore. The stones betrayed the telltale sign of a foundation, a mooring site for sloops, such as the type Welsh privateer Henry Morgan might have utilized. And according to Casper's research, this little inlet just might contain Morgan's lost treasure, the one first unearthed over 75 years ago by infamous adventurer Ziegler Haynes. Tale had it that, once upon a time, a river ran through the forest into the bay. Along this river, pirates lugged their treasures to a cave embedded deep in the tangle. Ziegler Haynes had thrashed through enough mangroves to discover the cave, explored it, and unearthed 3 chests wrapped in chains. These he cut open, then dragged one by one out to his ship, under the onslaught of a hurricane. Finally leaving behind the last chest, he'd nearly wrecked his ship escaping the island to nearby British Honduras. Which meant the last treasure chest could still be here. Right here, in fact, if Casper had his calculations correct. And so what that he'd spent the past 2 months unearthing nothing but pop cans, metal wire, dented buckets, and rusted buoys. He'd nearly lost his heart once, digging up what seemed like the find of the century, only to discover an ancient refrigerator. Yet, deep down, Casper knew the treasure waited just for him. He moored the boat and retrieved his machete, a portable shovel, his metal detector, and headphones. He trekked into the green, remembering his steps, hacking at forest until he reached a clearing, his last search grid. Low-hanging sunlight streamed through the coconut palms, modeling the ground as he switched on the metal detector and fitted on his headphones. Treasure hunting isn't going to give you a future, Casper. If you want to accomplish something in life, you have to work for it. He shut his father's voice from his head, with sweat dribbling down his spine, wetting his long-sleeved shirt, the mosquitoes nibbling at his legs, and the no-see-ums dive-bombing his neck. Yeah, he could consider this work. He got a hit and spent 10 minutes with too eager enthusiasm unearthing a rotted tin can. Blowing out a breath, he drew his arm across his forehead, his stomach clenched, empty after this morning's plum jam on bread. Is that what you want? To be a treasure hunter? He shook away Raina's voice, but she never escaped far, haunting him just beyond his thoughts. I'd like to find something precious, yes. 6 months ago, he thought he had, in Raina. He swallowed, needing a drink, something cool against his parched throat. An hour later, Casper set the detector down and pulled the headset off his ears. He'd uncovered another tin can and a cup. A real haul. Maybe his pal Doug was